My friends, let me ask you a powerful question today. What if the greatest threat to your future is not your enemies, not your circumstances, not your lack of money, and not even your failures? What if the real threat is something you do every single day without noticing? Think about that for a moment. Many people dream of success. They dream of financial freedom. They dream of happiness, confidence, health, and achievement. Yet years pass and their lives remain exactly the same. Why? Because dreams are built by habits. And unfortunately, many people have habits that are quietly destroying the very future they pray for. A future is not created in one day. It is created in the small decisions you repeat every day. The alarm rings, you hit snooze. You promise to exercise, you postpone it. You say you will start tomorrow. Tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes next month. And suddenly, years have disappeared. Listen carefully. Success is rarely a result of one extraordinary action. Failure is rarely a result of one terrible decision. Both are usually the result of repeated habits. Every habit is casting a vote for the person you are becoming. If you constantly choose distraction, you are becoming distracted. If you constantly choose discipline, you are becoming disciplined. If you constantly choose excuses, you are becoming someone who believes excuses. Your habits are shaping your identity even when you don't realize it. And that is why habits are so powerful. Many people say, I want to change my life, but they refuse to change their routine. My dear friends, if nothing changes, nothing changes. You cannot repeat the same behaviors and expect a different future. The mathematics of life does not work that way. Your future self is watching the decisions you make today. The person you will become in 5 years is being created right now. Not tomorrow, not next month, right now. Every hour matters. Every choice matters. Every habit matters. One of the most dangerous habits today is the addiction to comfort. People want extraordinary results with ordinary effort. They want success without sacrifice. They want confidence without challenges. They want achievement without discipline. But life rewards growth, not comfort. Every time you choose comfort over improvement, you are trading your future for temporary pleasure. The tragedy is that comfort feels good in the moment, but painful in the future. Discipline feels painful in the moment, but rewarding in the future. The choice is yours. Another habit destroying countless futures is constant procrastination. Procrastination is not laziness. It is the habit of convincing yourself that later is better than now, and later becomes never. The opportunities you miss today may never return. The skills you refuse to learn today may become the reason you struggle tomorrow. The dreams you postpone today may become the regrets you carry for years. Do not underestimate the cost of delay. Time is one thing that never comes back. Money can return. Opportunities can sometimes return. But time never returns. That is why successful people treat time as their most valuable asset. They understand that every day is an investment. Every day is a chance to become stronger, wiser, healthier, and more capable. My friends, motivation is wonderful, but motivation is temporary. Discipline is what changes lives. There will be days when you feel inspired. There will also be days when you feel tired, discouraged, and unmotivated. On those days, your habits will determine your future. Not your feelings, not your mood, not your excuses, your habits. Because habits continue working even when motivation disappears. The people you admire are not necessarily more talented than you. Often, they simply developed better habits. They learned to keep going when others stopped. They learned to stay focused when others became distracted. They learned to remain disciplined when others became comfortable. And over time, those small differences produced massive results. Remember this powerful truth. Your life does not rise to the level of your goals, it falls to the level of your habits. If you want a better future, start by improving your daily routine. Read more, learn more, move your body, protect your time, control your thoughts, choose your environment carefully. Spend time with people who challenge you to become better. And most importantly, stop waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment does not exist. Start where you are. Start with what you have. Start today. Because one good habit can change your direction. And a changed direction can change your destiny. Years from now, you will either thank yourself for the habits you built or regret the habits you refused to change. The future is not something that happens to you. The future is something you create. One decision, one action, one habit at a time. Listen carefully. Most people underestimate the power of small habits because they are looking for big miracles. They believe success comes from one huge opportunity, one lucky break, or one extraordinary moment. But that's not how life works. Your destiny is being built right now through the tiny decisions you make every single day. The way you spend your morning, the way you manage your time, the books you read, the people you listen to, and even the thoughts you repeatedly entertain are all shaping your future. A habit may seem insignificant today, but repeated hundreds of times, it becomes a force that can completely transform your life. Think about it. 1 hour wasted today feels harmless. One unhealthy choice seems unimportant. One excuse sounds reasonable. But when those choices become daily routines, they slowly create a future you never intended to live. On the other hand, imagine reading just a few pages every day, learning one new skill at a time, exercising consistently, and choosing discipline over comfort. It may not look impressive in a single day, but over months and years, the results become extraordinary. Stop asking whether a habit will change your life today. Ask yourself what that habit will do if you repeat it for the next 5 years. Every action is a vote for the person you are becoming. Every routine is writing a chapter of your future. Every day you are either building the life you dream about or silently moving away from it. Let me tell you something that many people do not want to hear. Comfort can be one of the most dangerous traps in life. Yes, comfort feels good. It feels safe. It feels easy. But growth never happens inside the comfort zone. Every dream you have is waiting on the other side of discomfort, challenge, and effort. Think about it. When you avoid difficult conversations, you stay stuck in weak relationships. When you avoid learning new skills, you stay stuck at the same level. When you avoid taking risks because you are afraid of failure, you also avoid the possibility of success. Comfort whispers sweet lies. It says, relax today, you can start tomorrow. It says, you deserve a break. It says, one more day won't matter. But those small delays become habits, and those habits become limitations. The people who transform their lives are not fearless. They simply refuse to let comfort make their decisions. They wake up when they don't feel like it. They work when others are making excuses. They keep moving when the path becomes difficult. Remember this. Every time you choose comfort over growth, you are choosing a smaller future than the one you are capable of creating. The strongest version of yourself is not built when things are easy. It is built when you decide to push forward despite fear, despite uncertainty, and despite every excuse telling you to stay where you are. Greatness begins the moment comfort stops being your priority and progress becomes your mission. Pay close attention to this because it can completely change the way you see yourself. Your mind is not shaped by what you say you want, it is shaped by what you repeatedly do. Every day, your brain is watching your actions and creating beliefs from them. If you constantly break promises to yourself, your mind begins to believe that your words have no value. If you keep delaying important tasks, your mind starts accepting procrastination as normal. But when you consistently follow through, even on small commitments, your mind develops confidence, trust, and strength. That's why your daily routine is so powerful. It is programming your mindset every single day, whether you realize it or not. Imagine waking up each morning with purpose, completing the tasks you promised yourself, learning something new, and staying disciplined even when nobody is watching. Do you know what happens? Your mind starts saying, I am capable, I am reliable, I can handle challenges. Confidence is not created by positive thinking alone. It is created by positive action repeated over time. Many people wait to feel confident before they act. No, confidence comes after action. Strength comes after effort. Self-belief comes after keeping promises to yourself again and again. The routine you repeat becomes the identity you accept. If your habits are weak, your mindset becomes weak. If your habits are powerful, your mindset becomes powerful. Every day, your routine is either training your mind for success or preparing it for excuses, doubt, and limitation. Listen carefully, because this is where many people lose years of their lives without even realizing it. Opportunities are rarely stolen by bad luck, and they are rarely destroyed by one dramatic mistake. Most opportunities disappear because of small daily habits that seem harmless in the moment. Every time you choose distraction over preparation, every time you delay learning, every time you waste valuable hours scrolling, complaining, or making excuses, you are quietly closing doors that could have changed your future. The painful truth is that opportunities usually arrive disguised as responsibility, effort, and hard work. And if your habits have trained you to avoid effort, you may not even recognize the opportunity when it appears. Think about that. While others are building skills, improving themselves, and preparing for bigger challenges, many people are waiting for success to magically appear. Success does not reward wishful thinking. It rewards preparation. A person who reads consistently, learns continuously, and develops discipline every day is creating advantages that cannot be seen immediately. Then one day, an opportunity appears, and everyone calls that person lucky. Lucky? No, they were prepared. Their habits had been preparing them for months or even years. Do not let bad habits quietly rob you of possibilities that belong to your future. The choices you make today are either opening doors or closing them. Every wasted day is an opportunity lost forever, and every productive day is an investment in possibilities you cannot yet see. Let me tell you something powerful. Motivation is exciting, but discipline is life-changing. Motivation comes and goes like the weather. Some mornings you wake up feeling unstoppable, full of energy and enthusiasm. But what about the days when you feel tired? What about the days when nothing seems to be working? What about the moments when doubt fills your mind and every excuse sounds convincing? That is where discipline takes over. Discipline is the ability to keep moving forward even when your emotions are trying to pull you backward. Too many people depend on motivation, and that is why they start strong but never finish. They are inspired on Monday and distracted by Friday. They set goals with excitement but abandon them when challenges appear. Discipline is different. Discipline says, I will do what needs to be done, whether I feel like it or not. That mindset separates dreamers from achievers. The most successful people are not always the most talented or the most motivated. They are often the most consistent. They understand that success is built through repeated effort, day after day, week after week, year after year. Every workout completed when you wanted to quit, every page read when you felt lazy, every task finished when excuses were calling your name is strengthening your character. Discipline is not punishment, it is self respect in action. It is the decision to honor your future more than your current mood. When discipline becomes part of your identity, excuses lose their power, distractions lose their influence, and progress becomes unavoidable. Here is a mistake that stops many people from changing their lives. They focus only on removing bad habits instead of replacing them. They say, I will stop wasting time, but they never decide what productive activity will take its place. They say, I will stop negative thinking, but they never train themselves to think with purpose and gratitude. They try to create a vacuum in their lives, and that vacuum quickly gets filled by the same old behaviors. Listen carefully. Nature does not like empty spaces, and neither does the human mind. If you remove a habit without replacing it, the old pattern often returns stronger than before. That is why lasting transformation requires substitution, not just elimination. Replace mindless scrolling with reading. Replace complaining with problem solving. Replace excuses with action. Replace fear with preparation. Replace unhealthy routines with habits that move you closer to your goals. Every destructive habit is meeting a need. And if you want real change, you must meet that need in a healthier way. Do not just tell yourself what you are going to stop doing. Tell yourself what you are going to start doing. The goal is not simply to remove negativity from your life. The goal is to fill your life with actions that create strength, confidence, knowledge, and growth. Every positive habit you install becomes a weapon against weakness. Every empowering routine becomes evidence that you are evolving into a stronger version of yourself. The moment you intentionally replace destructive patterns with productive ones, you stop fighting change and start creating it.